Students, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, Tigers. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, the day after the elections. Good morning, Mrs. Matthews.
Good morning, Mrs. Miller. Good morning, Tigers.
We have two very special guests with us today, Mick and Angelia from room 23 and 24. And yesterday, the students in Miss Bludow and Miss Arnold's class were studying all about the election. And here to tell us a little more about that are Angelia and Mick.
I was wondering, Angelia, if you could tell the students a little bit about what the teachers were trying to teach you in this lesson about elections.
Well, I think they were trying to teach us about how you can have your own opinion of which candidate you want to vote for.
That's great. That's great. And Mick, what about you? What do you think the teachers were trying to teach you in this lesson about elections?
I think it's like they're trying to teach us how do you represent your state and like what you learned about it.
Okay, very good. And so to tell everybody, the folks at home, what happened was each student got a state that they represented, and then they shared with the class a little bit about their state. And at the end of their sharing, they were able to give their electoral votes, because each state has a certain amount of electoral votes, and they were able to cast their votes for either Skittles or M&Ms. And each state has a different amount of electoral votes. Do either of you know why each state has a different amount of votes?
Well, I think each state has a different amount of votes because of the people that are voting.
So it's also about like how like big and small is the state. If it's like very large, then there's gonna be big amount of people.
Mick, can you tell us a little bit about the state that you chose to represent and how many electoral votes does your state have?
Oh, I have 6 electoral votes, and some like famous landmarks that are the Mana colonies and the Blood Run site. The capital of Iowa is Des Moines, which means the River of the Monks. These are the producer of Iowa, and it has like the world's largest soybeans in the United States.
And Angelia, what state were you representing?
I was representing the state of Washington here. So let me start off with when it became a state here. So it was established in 1889, if you can see up there, the of the state. Then this here, right here, it's the state flag. And then on the bottom, this is what it produces. It produces gold, lumber, lead, and aluminum. And the other things that it produces, things that we can eat. It produces apples, red raspberries, sweet cherries, and pears. So it was the first state to be named after a president, our first president, George Washington. And this is the state bird, a goldfinch. And the state mammal is an orca. And the state flower is a rhododendron. It's called... Look, this is a really good fun fact that its nickname is the Evergreen State because of its many forests that cover over half of the state.
Wow.
And some landmarks and attractions here are this is 605 feet tall. It's called the Space Needle. It's located in Seattle. Then this is the Olympic National Park here. And here is the Cascade Mountains.
And how many electoral votes does your state cast?
I have 12 electoral college votes.
Who did you vote for?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you guys vote Skittles or M&Ms?
Skittles.
And how about you, Mick? What'd you vote?
M&Ms.
And M&Ms. Okay, so one vote for each, or those were the votes that you made. And we found out, I think, that who won in your class's election?
Skittles.
Skittles was the big winner. Okay.
Yay for Skittles! Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We certainly learned a lot about the elections and how important the elections are. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Angelia. And thank you, Mrs. Matthews.
Great job, everybody.
Bye. Thank you for inviting us.
Bye.
Bye.